see you now. So you guys can look up him for using the see you now. You guys can look at each other. Yay! And then you guys go past the camera will come up.
She felt like she was in theater school again. And we're like, that's her. That's Elphaba.
Wicked is one of those films that has gained an incredible amount of traction in the theaters and on social media alike. For good reason. This movie production of this play had a tremendous amount of hard work going on behind the scenes.
All of the complexities that come with loving and disagreeing and coming into your own and doing what's right. Still, all of it being rooted in love. It's just really beautiful.
And every time she came in, even though she had never done a movie before, leading a movie before, she was raw, she was funny.
And this isn't the first time we have discussed the work that went into this film. In part 1, we discussed what Cynthia had to do to play this part and be able to sing while being thrown into the air.
When I was 10 years old and I saw the show, I wanted that. I wanted to sing popular and I wanted to come down in the bubble and make people laugh. When it comes to art, when it comes to releasing things, when it comes to like, honestly, spreading myself thin, all of it comes back to that idea of like making people happy.
Today we wanted to explore more of what went on behind the camera and some of the auditions from the cast.
In our movie, instead of actually flying right at that moment, she's actually gonna fall first. I think that's such a big part of defying gravity. Who am I doing this for? Am I ready for this? This is way more difficult than I thought.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question: what year was Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo revealed to be playing parts in this film? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around till the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
So what is our day usually like? How long is makeup? How long is hair?
The one thing about these witches is they are contoured. Me and Cynthia both, we love a shelf.
One of the things that surprised me on the set is that all of the Glinda's hair is not Ariana's, even though it looks like it would be her hair. During the early stages of production and costume fitting, Ariana was seen with her brown hair in Glinda's clothing.
Tattoo time. I have to cover quite a bit. My hands are pretty covered. It depends on the costume because sometimes I wear gloves and stuff.
With Glinda, she's just so over the top and so clowny and big.
Though Grande dyed her hair for the role, she also wore wigs during the movie. Frances Hannon, who designed the makeup, hair, and prosthetics for the movie, said that 12 wigs were made for Glinda.
For some reason, we just sort of, I've got chills. We both just sort of like found each other, I guess. That might be the way to describe it.
The moment she sang Wizard and I is the moment. Marc and I turned to each other. Maybe she was like 2 sentences in. We looked at each other because she was in jeans, she was in a t-shirt. She felt like she was in theater school again.
Though many were worn by stand-ins and doubles, she also made sure not to incorporate any pop star Ariana into Glinda's looks.
But when I got there, both Stephen Aramis and Stephen Schwartz let me sing.
In part 1 of our behind the scenes video, there was brief talk on how Cynthia was able to free fall and do all of her stunts.
You guys are weird.
And I've really felt that in a kind of a magical way, that a real strong sense of pride and just being so aware that something special is being made.
But one of the most well-known moments from Wicked is probably Glinda's popular song, which comes to life perfectly in the film. It has easily been one of the most highly anticipated moments as fans geared up to watch the movie.
And cut.
Cut that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap.
We've been working really hard for the past many months, and for some of us years, some of us decades.
As I share my excitement for this film, I want to mention we are currently doing a giveaway. Share what you were most excited for with this project, and the best comment will win a $25 Fandango gift card where you can purchase a full movie with added bonus features. Comment down below and one winner will be chosen.
All of Oz is about pursuing your dreams and chasing after what your heart desires. Wizard,
The wizard is on fire with inventing the 20th century.
Popular was the very first song they filmed when production began on Wicked over 2 years ago, and Popular is the song Ariana Grande sang during the audition process for the film too.
I went in for my first audition and I just remember being like buzzing.
And when she came in, she was an Ari that I'd never seen before. Cynthia was so raw and vulnerable, and I couldn't get her out of my head.
Composer and lyricist Steven Schwartz said he was open to new things for the movie, and one early idea he and his music team presented was refreshing the rhythm of Popular and possibly hip-hop it up a little bit, quote-unquote. Ariana immediately shut that idea down though.
At first, it's really supposed to be to see her sister off, and then she's spotted. She is noticed for her talent, which she has no control over, and I think it's the first moment that Elphaba feels like the thing that she has, this talent that she has, isn't wrong or bad or odd.
Steven recalled Ariana telling him and his team, absolutely not, don't do it. I want to be Glinda, not Ariana Grande playing Glinda.
Our voices are very, very different, but when you put them together, they work really well together, so they almost sometimes sound like one voice.
Jon Chu called me and said, would you read the script, Michelle? And I said, Jon, it's you. Of course I'd read the script for you.
And this seemed to be the better choice as they chose to sing live to feel that connection between them.
I just can't even imagine what it's gonna feel like to walk onto one of these sets, but I know it's gonna feel special.
If it's not this, if it's like coming up here and going over here, then so be it. It just needs to be, I think it just needs to be fun.
And before we sign off, we can't go until we mention what's in store for Wicked Part 2, and it seems like this one is going to be titled Wicked for Good.
Yeah, when we started to pick it apart, it became actually very obvious. When you start to look at it, you're either taking out all these songs and then it's no longer Wicked, or you're skipping through plot points which don't make sense in a movie. So there's different requirements in a movie to buy in, and your audience, I'm constantly aware of where the audience is buying in or not.
Ariana Grande's performance as Glinda in Wicked has won her a stream of accolades, including some major award nominations. And by the sound of things, we can expect another standout turn from her when the second part is released later in 2025 on November 21st.
Looking at what does a hero look like, what does a villain look like, what is beauty, who gets to tell those stories, and I think we're at a time where we're deciding how to react. And I think the story is about when you find out the truth, when you wake up from this dream, which is why we built it sort of like a dreamland when you come into this.
The song in question was the iconic track For Good, after which Part 2 has been titled, which sees her duet with Elphaba star Cynthia Erivo at a pivotal moment in the narrative, and Grande has revealed that a lot of time was spent perfecting the number during production.
Because it meant that we would be further connected to the words we were saying.
It was an immediate no-brainer for Cynthia and I. We both were like, well, of course we're singing live. Look at you. You're beautiful.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, it was in 2021 via an Instagram post that both Ariana and Cynthia and their portrayed characters were revealed.
My audition was from the Ozdust Ballroom. I sang 2 songs from Wicked, but I was reading with myself, and one of the songs is where Bach and Nessa sing together. So I didn't have a reader, so I recorded myself singing Nessa's parts, and for the scene, I recorded myself playing Glinda.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What do you think about all these moments? Which one was your favorite, and what are you expecting from Part 2?
And they knew their characters front and back. They didn't have to think about it.
3, 2, 1, action.
When you yelled action, they were locked in.
I'm not really sure that I was conscious of the changes I was making. I just remember spending more and more time with the material and sort of getting in her body and her shoes and her course.
Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this.
Strangely, even though I came in all pink and I had my pink mug and I had everything, they had me sing for both roles, which was very strange because I was very coming, you know, we know what's happening here. I sang No One Mourns the Wicked, Popular, and then also Defying Gravity and The Wizard and I. I had, in my first audition, a ponytail and a cat eye.
That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
She was bringing her own take to it, and every time she left, she was the most interesting person. And then she wrote me a letter as well, in this giant pink envelope that talked about her own journey as an artist. I could feel that in her performances, but reading the letter really sort of made it all full circle. And talking with the group, we were like, she's from another planet.